For more than a century, Twyfords stood proudly at the heart of Stoke-on-Trent's industrial landscape. Founded in 1849, Twyfords grew into one of Britain's most famous sanitaryware manufacturers. This vast Etruria site employed generations of local people, producing products that would be used across Britain and exported around the world. As the railway comes into view, it's a reminder of how important these tracks once were, bringing raw materials into the works and carrying finished products to customers across the country. Today, thousands of people pass this site every day along the A500, often without realizing the remarkable history hidden behind these aging walls. As we enter the factory, we're stepping inside one of the final surviving parts of Twyfords. These empty workshops once echoed with machinery, skilled workers and the constant rhythm of production. Today, only silence remains, preserving a final glimpse into a place that helped shape the potteries for generations. Broken brick, twisted steel and piles of rubble now cover what was once a busy factory floor, showing just how much of this historic site has already been lost. Flying through these empty halls, it's hard to imagine the thousands of people who once worked here every single day. For decades, this factory was alive with noise, movement and craftsmanship. Now, these silent rooms stand as one of the last reminders of Twyford's remarkable history. Passing along the outside once again, the broken windows reveal brief glimpses into the past, offering a final look inside before this historic site disappears forever. Only the birds now call this place home. From above, the sheer scale of Twyfords becomes impossible to ignore. This vast complex once stood at the heart of Stoke-on-Trent's manufacturing industry, with every building playing its part in the factory's success. Inside these walls, thousands of skilled workers produced sanitaryware that earned Twyfords a worldwide reputation for quality and innovation. Today, only the empty floors remain. This abandoned forklift is a small reminder of the daily work that once kept the factory moving. As we leave this building behind, it's worth remembering that these walls witnessed more than a century of hard work, dedication and craftsmanship. Every corridor and workshop formed part of a factory that helped shape the identity of the Potteries. Ahead is one of the site's best-known landmarks. The famous One Love graffiti has become instantly recognizable to thousands of people traveling along the A500, almost becoming part of Twyford's final story. The rooftops have become a canvas for street art, adding a modern chapter to the long history of this remarkable factory. From here, the size of the yard really comes into perspective. Once filled with workers, vehicles and constant activity, it's now silent, with the One Love mural watching over what remains. Returning towards the front of the works, it's easy to appreciate why Twyfords became one of the Potteries' most important industrial landmarks, standing proudly for generations. The One Love mural comes into view once again, a lasting symbol of a factory whose story is almost at an end. For one last time, we make our way back inside. These buildings witnessed more than a century of innovation, craftsmanship and hard work, with generations of local people passing through these very doors. Even though the machinery has gone, the scale of this factory is still easy to appreciate. Every part of these workshops once played a role in making Twyfords a name recognized across the world. Another abandoned forklift remains exactly where it was left, a quiet reminder of the factory's final working days. As we make our way back towards the window, these empty spaces become one final reminder of the people, the craftsmanship and the industry that once filled every corner of this remarkable site. For one final time, we pass through these windows, capturing another glimpse of Twyfords before this historic site is lost forever. Every broken window tells a story, revealing the last remaining traces of a factory that once stood at the heart of Stoke-on-Trent's manufacturing industry. One final journey takes us back inside, preserving these last images before demolition changes the site forever. The rubble beneath us marks the end of an era. Yet beyond these fallen walls lies a legacy of innovation, skilled craftsmanship and generations of workers whose contribution to the Potteries will never be forgotten. One last pass along the front of the factory reveals the scale of a site that stood proudly for generations, becoming one of Stoke-on-Trent's best-known industrial landmarks. As we circle the remaining buildings, it's impossible not to wonder how many lives were shaped here. These walls witness generations of workers, friendships and skills passed from one generation to the next. Crossing the yard once more, the silence is striking. What was once filled with constant movement now stands still, preserving only echoes of its remarkable past. High above the rooftops, another side of Twyfords comes into view. Over the years, colorful graffiti has transformed forgotten spaces, creating a striking contrast between the city's industrial heritage and modern urban art. Together, they tell the final chapter of a factory that served Stoke-on-Trent for well over a century. Flying between the buildings, the sheer scale of the works becomes clear once again. Every workshop, warehouse and yard played its part in building the reputation of one of Britain's most respected sanitaryware manufacturers. As our final FPV flight draws to a close, we leave behind more than just empty buildings. We leave behind the story of generations of local people whose hard work helped make Twyfords a name known around the world. Now, as the Mini 5 Pro circles the entire site one final time, the true scale of Twyfords is revealed. For more than a century, this factory stood as a symbol of Stoke-on-Trent's industrial strength, innovation and craftsmanship. Soon, these buildings will be gone as demolition brings another chapter of the Potteries' history to an end. While the bricks, steel and workshops may disappear, the legacy of the people who worked here never will. Their skill, dedication and contribution helped shape this city and earned Twyfords a place in Britain's manufacturing history. Thank you for joining me on this final journey through Twyfords. If you've enjoyed helping preserve a piece of local history, please like, share and subscribe to the Potter's Drone. Every view helps keep the stories of Stoke-on-Trent alive for future generations. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.